One of my favorite things about Red, or do we call them Nikon cameras now? I don't know. One of my favorite things about this camera is how freely you can modify it to make it better. If you've never built out a Komodo before, or you're looking for a way to make yours better, this is absolutely the video for you. Regardless of where you are in your Komodo building journey, I'll leave a link to just about everything I can find in the description below. Let's look at this camera now. First thing, let's look at this cage setup. It's pretty much the exact same as the one I was using in my previous one, except for a few exceptions. We have the same side grip handle from Red, and this pretty much will never change because honestly, it's perfect. It's sturdy, large enough for someone like me with large hands, and has a ton of mounting points. We'll also see one of my small changes here, which is the NATO rail on the side handle. We'll talk a bit more about this in a few minutes. We also added this 50mm rod insert so that I can have a dedicated spot for something like my wireless motor. The baseplate is the same one from GDU with the bright tangerine left field baseplate attached. And the reason why I still have the GDU plate with the bright tangerine baseplate is again because of all the mounting points. The GDU has a ton of mounting points on the bottom, but also a series of options on the side where you can put things like a magic arm, or if you have these little spring cable management things. I think I mentioned this before in another video, but the bright tangerine left field baseplate is by far the best baseplate that you can buy for your camera right now. And I'm not even arguing with anyone. And one of the best parts is I can go from tripod to gimbal in a matter of seconds due to its DJI styled plate. It's just perfect. It's expensive, yes, but it's probably going to be the last baseplate that you'll ever have to buy. On the other side, we're using the bright tangerine side NATO rail, and that's really just there to put my side handle on it. The top plate is where we start seeing something new. I decided to go from the wooden camera Arca Swiss plate to this one from Bright Tangerine, and the main reason why is to get the 3-pin run stop input. This is also a NATO rail top plate, which leads me into my top handle. After looking at a ton of different top handle options, I ultimately decided to go with the Bright Tangerine NATO top handle. Now there are a lot of top handle options, but there were a few reasons why I decided to go with this one. First thing is, it's very well put together. This is a nice long and sturdy top handle that is extremely comfortable to hold. And because of its length, when you're holding a fully rigged camera, the weight distribution feels a lot more centered. This again gives you a ton of mounting points to add other accessories. It also has this sliding design that allows you to adjust where you want your handle to be positioned. Overall, it's just a really well thought out and designed top handle, and I highly recommend it. One other thing on this top handle is this little 50mm rod insert from SMALLRIG, and this is where I actually attach my monitor. I'm actually still running with the SmallHD Indy 7. I was thinking about upgrading to the newest one, the SmallHD Ultra 7. Then I went and looked at the price and I was like, oh, fuck. The monitor is $3,000. And I was like, okay, yeah. I'm gonna hold my liquid Indy 7 for right now, but hey, SmallHD. If you wanna send me out the Ultra 7 so I can do a little review and see what makes it so good, I'm totally down. But yeah, the Indy 7 has been great. I love the SmallHD software, just how easy it is to navigate and make changes. The way I attach the monitor to my camera is probably one of my favorite things about my build. I like to be able to quickly build up or break down my camera, and the mounting point that we used on the wooden camera top handle was my favorite, so I decided to keep it on this one. And the reason why is because it can get it on really quickly, and I could also still get that tilt option. I also got my Indy 7 with the Komodo control kit, which allows me to use my 7-inch monitor to make any changes to the camera, including the run stop options right from the monitor using the 9-pin external port. This is super convenient. Definitely a bit expensive, but worth every dollar in the long game. I know a lot of people like using those Kondor blue quick release plates for their monitors, but for me, it just feels better and it's more practical. The side handle I'm using is, however, from Kondor Blue, and it's their triggered wing side handle. Now, if I was starting from scratch again, I probably wouldn't get this version of it with the run stop capabilities. And the reason why is because Kondor Blue doesn't make a 2.5mm to 3-pin Fisher cable for it. So basically what that means is in order for me to get the run stop option, I would need to use the 9-pin EXT option. The problem with that is I want to keep the 9-pin option available for my monitor to get the SmallHD camera control. I know it kind of sounds complicated, but it'll make more sense just now. I would get the regular wing side handle and do what I did with this one, which is attach the Mutiny run stop button that connects the 3-pin fisher to my top plate. This little thing gives me the run stop option I want for my handle without occupying my 9-pin jack. Okay, now that was a lot of the explanation. All it really means now is I have a perfectly placed run stop button for my KOMODO X, and believe me, it is absolutely worth the headache. I know a lot of you might be saying, why not just go with the red side handle? And my answer to that is to get that one on and off requires me to use tools where I have to unscrew it from the body. And I'm not 100% sure if the bright tangerine top plate can be used with it at the same time. You guys can let me know in the comments if you can. The only other thing that I did with my side handle was get the rosette to NATO rail adapters so that I can slide it on and off easily from my camera. Now, if you guys have been keeping up with my channel at all, you'll know that your boy got himself some prime lenses. And the kit I decided to go with uses a PL mount, so I had to get a PL adapter. The one I got was from DZO Film, and I love it because it looks cool. I'm not going to show you guys how to use a PL mount, but it's very satisfying to connect your lens to the camera and have zero wiggle at the point of contact. The batteries I use are still the Core Nano 98 watt-hour options. There's an old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's exactly how I feel about these batteries. They're small, charge quickly, hold the charge well, and have most of the necessary ports that I want or need. Core actually just released an updated version to these batteries that also give you a USB-C input and a rather nice screen readout that tells you how much charge the batteries have left, and from what it looks like, also tells you how much juice is left in hours and minutes. I plan on picking up 2 of these when they hit the market. I actually reached out to Core to see if I can get my hands on a few of these batteries a bit early so I can share my experience with y'all. So hopefully they respond and I can make something happen. Another small accessory I use to complete this rig is a little attachment from SMALLRIG that gives me a couple cold shoe mounts where I can attach my shotgun mic holder and the actual mic. If there's one thing I don't absolutely love about this build, it's this part. The mic holder is just a bit too tall, so I lose some of my monitor's tilt option when I have it on. It's a small price to pay, but I don't always use this mic on this build either, so I guess it's fine. The other little accessory that I love is the Mid-49 Audio BREAKOUT AB1. This guy just adds 2 XLR inputs to your KOMODO body, which allows me to connect things like my shotgun mic and other professional audio devices. Let's talk about cables. Yeah, obviously this is not the coolest part of a camera rig, but it's still super necessary regardless. The first one is my Small HD KOMODO control cable. This cable connects to your 9-pin EXT port to get the camera control from your monitor. You're also going to need a 12G SDI cable. And in my opinion, don't mess around with this one, guys. Just get a 12G cable so you don't fry your SDI port on your camera. The third one here is the Mutiny right angle coiled 3-pin fisher cable. This simply connects the bolt button to get run stop capabilities. And the last one is an XLR cable. I got this slick little cable to connect my shotgun mic. This is a custom cable from FormCave. I don't know specifically what it's called or whatever, but you can just screenshot this frame and send it over to them if you want the exact one. The last thing I use to finish my build is my matte box, and the one I've been using is from Polar Pro. I used a 3-stage option, and honestly it's just been great. Polar Pro also has a large variety of filters, and I love that. So regardless of what you're looking for, they more than likely have it. Since you made it this far, I want to show you guys one more thing I can do with this setup. I'll probably dedicate an entire video just to this build, but I can pretty much easily transform my camera to a vertical setup. And it's as easy as turning my camera to the side, sliding on my top handle, sliding on my side handle, and moving my base plate to the bottom of the camera now. Now I have a vertical setup I can put directly onto my tripod or use handheld. But yeah, this is my build. I don't know if there's anything else that I need to add to it other than maybe just like a wireless motor for focus control. But other than that, this is what I'm running around with 90% of the time. What I love most about it is if I need to strip it down, I can do that super quick and I can build it back up to create anything I want. I personally love seeing other people's camera setups as well. If you have a KOMODO or a KOMODO X, tag me on a pic in Instagram. But yeah, I'm not gonna make this video much longer. If you like what you saw, then like the video. If this is the first time you watch my content and you made it to this point, I mean, at this point you gotta subscribe, right? Hit the subscribe button. The link for each item I could find or the website where you can find it yourself will be in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember to look, learn, and share. Take it easy, guys. Peace.